Okay, y'all, I have a listing appointment tomorrow that just confirmed. So I'm going to show you how I call and pre-qualify before just about every appointment that I go on. The goal is to do it for every appointment. Shouldn't be a goal, should be a non-negotiable. But um, let's give him a call. You can hear what I ask him, how I make sure I'm prepared for the appointment. Break it down after.
Hello.
Hi, John.
Yes.
Hey, John, this is Elizabeth Austin with the Good Home Team. We've got that appointment tomorrow evening to talk about selling your home there in Carrollton.
Yes.
Fantastic. Do you have a few minutes? I just wanted to ask you a few questions so that I could make sure I was the most prepared to come out
Sure.
tomorrow and for our appointment. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Um, okay, so I guess first and foremost, I see that you've mentioned to my associate we're looking to sell this property because you're really looking to go and buy some land next. Is that right?
That's correct.
Do you already have that property like picked out and purchased, or is it something we would want to help you do kind of simultaneously?
No, I've been looking right now and made a couple offers that nothing's gone through yet. So
Okay.
I'm still looking.
Okay. When is that going to determine when you can get, this home on the market and sold, or would you have a place to go if we were to bring you an offer pretty quickly?
Um, I was wanting to get the land first before I did that, and I'd have
Okay.
a place to go.
No, that makes sense. Are you looking for land with a home on it, or do you have like a fifth wheel or anything like that?
I've got a travel trailer, but I'm looking
Okay.
for a place with a home. But we'll settle for a lot. I can build something on it.
I gotcha. Okay. And that's something that we can talk about this strategy tomorrow as well, where of course we can slow play this since you are in a position to where you can buy without selling, but sometimes we can also go on the market and get you what's called a lease back. And that way we're still not putting the cart before the horse, but we can still work on getting this sold and getting you those funds.
Okay.
I do see that you were previously listed on the market and for about little over 2 months, maybe right around 2 months. Can you tell me a
Right.
little bit about what that experience on the market was like?
Uh, wasn't very good. I didn't get a whole lot of showings. It's kind of interesting. The house behind me sold in like 3 days, a week before I put mine on the market. So
Okay.
I think I got in a little bit late.
Well, I was going to say, I'm looking at the date here, and not that you would have known this by any means, but it was kind of like it was just bad timing of immediately the market started to shift. And um,
Right.
nothing we can do about that other than move forward. But I think that was probably the number one thing because from the photos, like the home looks great. It looks really well maintained. Space is good. Obviously, location's pretty phenomenal as well too. So when you were on the market the last time, you obviously didn't have this land yet either. Was it same kind of mentality of I'll get this sold and hopefully I'll find land by the time I would need to move out?
Right.
Okay. And then I've only spoken to you, and I think my team has too. Are there any other decision makers that need to be present tomorrow?
Uh, my wife will be there.
She'll be there. Perfect. I just like to make sure everyone is going to be there. What has you wanting to sell? Like, what has you wanting to get rid of this and go get land?
But the goal is to go ahead and get the land, and then
Mm-hmm.
depending on whether it's got a house or a place to move to.
Okay.
If not, I probably don't want to put it on the market till after the first of the year.
Okay. What's your reason for that time frame?
If I had to build something.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. If we find vacant, we need to wait till you have something you can move into, essentially.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I gotcha. So living in the travel trailer is really not really an option.
I don't want to do that for.
Okay.
The problem is I got a lot of equipment. I don't want to put it in storage and have that experience.
Okay. Do you have an agent that you're working with to help you with that purchase, or are you just deploying offers on
Yeah,
your
I'm
own?
working with an agent right now.
Okay, fantastic. I just wanted to make sure of that. Um, do you still have a loan on this property or is it totally paid off?
There's a reverse mortgage on it.
Okay. How much do you owe on the reverse mortgage?
It's about 540,000, I think.
540. Okay. That is perfect. We can work with that. I always just like to make sure everyone's in an equitable position to sell, which is typically not a problem these days because of the
If it
real
was worse than
estate.
that, I could just walk away. So it's not a problem.
Yeah. um, and let me ask, do you have any questions for me before I arrive, or is there any reason that we wouldn't do business together tomorrow if everything I say makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident that I could get this sold for you once we find that land.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. I
Fantastic.
got a question though.
Hit
Y'all
me,
do
yeah.
stuff in Panama?
I don't. I do have a connection in Belize who may have a connection in Panama though.
Okay,
Yeah, I can come prepared. I'll reach out to him today, and that way, if I can get a contact for you, I'll bring it to the meeting tomorrow.
okay. I've
Perfect.
got a place in Panama I need to sell.
Okay. I mean, listen, I wish I did something in Panama. I love doing business. I go all over the metro.
It's a beachfront house. It's actually on the ocean, sitting on a point with water on three sides. It's
Oh,
about 60 feet above the water.
listen, I'll buy it. You found your buyer.
It's a nice place. It's fantastic. I just I bought it in 2010, and
uh-huh.
you can only watch so many sunsets. So
I mean, listen, we won't include that in the marketing because I don't know that most people will agree with you there, but that's fine. Let me ask my connection in Belize. He actually used to be an agent on our team and he's been there for like, gosh, 5+ years now, I think.
yeah.
And he dominates the Belize market. So we may have a contact there. If not, there actually may be someone else in my company as a whole who's not based in Dallas, but they have dual citizenship. And I don't know why that's ringing a bell to me that may be the other place that they work. So I'll check in on that for you. And if I can bring you a referral tomorrow, I definitely will do so. And if for some reason it's not one of those two, our network spans even outside of the state. So I'll start asking around, but those are two connections, relationships I have that I can start um, asking for. And then let me ask, are you interviewing any other real estate agents at this time?
No.
Okay, very good. Well, I guess I will come out tomorrow. What we'll kind of do is I'll walk the property. We'll sit down. We can talk about any feedback that you possibly got the last time. I really think that more than anything, you were probably just kind of a victim of bad timing of right when the market started to turn. And so we'll come up with a plan, a strategy, and marketing that's going to be tailored to your home. And that way, whenever you feel confident about where you're going to next, we can even be in a position where we're lined up and ready to hit the market so that we're not going to have any sort of delays and can help you sell this one as quickly as possible and get that money.
Okay. Sounds
fantastic. Good. Okay. And 7:30, that's the time, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I will see you tomorrow evening.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. Talk
Bye.
soon. Bye. Okay. So that was a little jumbly. That was like really messy for me, but we did it. And we got the information that we wanted. So one information was if there were any other decision makers, and there are, it's his wife and she's going to be there. If there are and they're not going to be there, I have a lot less interest in running that appointment at that time. I still would, but I would try to reschedule first for when everyone's going to be there. I found out that I'm not competing right now with any other agent, which is great because that changes my entire strategy when going in. I found out how much that he owes on the property and it's a reverse mortgage. So you'll have to kind of familiarize yourself with that if you're not familiar, but he's in a very equitable position to sell. So that's great. And then I did not ask on this call because I was jumbled recording myself, but I'll ask tomorrow. And I do this all the time. So it's not hard for me to, he mentioned already not getting a ton of activity. He really did list right when the market was shifting. However, we started being able to have conversations with with clients like mid-March because we started noticing the indicators of it. So if other people weren't paying attention, they maybe weren't prepping their clients for this. However, there's only so much sometimes you can prep for when you're in a shift and you're kind of building the plane as you fly. So he was definitely a victim of timing. That probably makes him a little bit overpriced, but from what I can see from more recent comps since we've shifted, he's not terribly so. Things that I missed that I would prefer to have on this call is, if there was a certain number that he's hoping to achieve. But since I'm looking like pricing's very close to where he's listed, I'm a little less concerned about that. If I were to see that from the comps that I was running beforehand to what they were previously listed at or what they were trying to get. If that was so far off, that would be a real priority to have in this, but this is very small window. So, or not very far off. Also where he's going to next. That's really important because whether I'm the agent to help them get to where they're going to next or not, that's less important. But a lot of people may not be willing, as you heard, he's not, to put their home on the market and jeopardize, like, not having this place to live and having to find an interim and moving more than one time. He's in a position, clearly, he was already making offers with another agent to be able to purchase before selling. So that's fine. I'm still going to push for, getting this signed, assuming it makes sense. Like, it's got to make sense on both sides here, but going ahead and getting it signed, getting photography done, start working on the marketing. And that way, when he does find that land, we're in a position to like immediately list, and we're not going to have any delays. So, let me know if you've got questions, and see you for the next call.